Greetings and good day to one and to all. Grace and peace be to you, my brothers and sisters, as we continue our reading through the Bible in a Year series. We are just continuing our reading for today, Tuesday, September 13th, 2022, day 3 in our quest to 365. We'll be reading Genesis chapters 10 and 11 as we thank God for his word. God bless you, my brothers and sisters. So we are continuing our reading. This is part 2 of a 2-part episode, chapters 10 and 11 in the book of Genesis. And of course, after this, for tomorrow, we'll be picking up the book of Job in the chronological reading history of the Bible. Chapter 10 in the book of Genesis. This is the New King James Version. And the word of the Lord reads verse 1. Now this is the genealogy of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. From these, the coastland peoples of the Gentiles were separated into their lands, everyone according to his language, everyone according to their families, into their nations. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sapta, Rama, and Sabteka. And the sons of Rama were Sheba and Dedan. Cush, verse 8, begot Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh. In the land of Shinar is where they were. From that land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Ir, Kala, and Resen, between Nineveh and Kala. That is the principal city. Verse 13. Mizraim begot Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, Naphtahim, Pathrusim, and Casluhim, from whom came the Philistines and Caphtorim. Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, the Jebusite, the Amorite, and the Girgashite, the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, the Arvadite, the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites were dispersed, and the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon as you go toward Gerar, as far as Gaza. Then as you go toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These were the sons of Ham according to their families, according to their languages, in the lands and in their lands and in their nations. Verse 21, chapter 10. And children were born also to Shem, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth the elder. The sons of Shem were Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arphaxad begot Salah, and Salah begot Eber. to Eber were born 2 sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided. For in his days the earth was divided. And his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan begot Almadad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their dwelling place was from Misha, as you go toward Sephar, the mountain of the east. These were the sons of Shem, according to their families, according to their languages, in their lands, according to their nations. These were the families of the sons of Noah, according to their generations, in their nations, and from these the nations were divided on the earth after the flood. Chapter 11. 1 second. Chapter 11. Now the whole earth, I'm in verse 1, chapter 11 in the book of Genesis. Now the whole earth had one language and one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly. They had brick for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower, whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, Indeed, the people are one, and they all have one language, and this is what they begin to do. Now nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. Come, let us go down and there confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city. Therefore its name is called Babel or Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth, the very thing that they was hoping wouldn't happen. Verse 10. This is the genealogy of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begot Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. After he begot Arphaxad, Shem lived 500 years and begot sons and daughters. Arphaxad lived 35 years and begot Salah. After he begot Salah, Arphaxad lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Salah lived 30 years and begot Eber. After he begot Eber, now this is going down the lineage to where Abraham is going to be born to Terah. Back in verse 14, Salah lived 30 years and begot Eber. After he begot Eber, Salah lived 403 years and begot sons and daughters. Eber lived 34 years and begot Peleg. After he begot Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and begot sons and daughters. Peleg lived 30 years and begot Reu. After he begot Reu, Peleg lived 209 years and begot sons and daughters. Reu lived 32 years and begot Serug. After he begot Serug, Reu lived 207 years and begot sons and daughters. Serug lived 30 years and begot Nahor. After he begot Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and begot sons and daughters. Nahor lived 29 years and begot Terah. After he begot Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and begot sons and daughters. Now Terah lived 70 years and begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Verse 27 here in chapter 11. This is where we first hear about Abram being born to Terah. This is the genealogy of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Haran begot Lot, and Haran died before his father Terah in his native land, in Ur of the Chaldeans. Then Abram and Nahor took wives. Now Abram hasn't been called yet, as you know. He has not been called yet because he's just born. We read it, of course, in verse 26 of chapter 11, here in chapter 11. And picked up in verse 27. Starting at verse 28 again. And Haran died before his father Terah in his native land, in Ur of the Chaldeans. Then Abram and Nahor took wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and the father of Iscah. But Sarai was barren. She had no child. And Terah, verse 31, took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, his son Abram's wife, and they went out with them from Ur of the Chaldeans to go out to the land of Canaan, and they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Here we see it's given basically a brief introduction or a brief prelude to what's about to happen in chapter 12, where Abram is called to leave the land. So I'll read that again, verses 31 through 32. And Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, because we know Haran died, right? Where is that? Haran died before his father Terah in his native land. So Haran died already. So Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, the son of Haran, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, his son Abram's wife, and they went out with them from the Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. And they came to Haran and dwelt there. So the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. So Terah did not get to Canaan, or did not go past Haran. And that is our reading for today, Tuesday, September 13, 2022. Tomorrow we pick up the book of Job, chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Thanking God for his word, praying that God bless each and every one of us that reads his word, hears his word, does and seeks his holy writ. God bless you, my brothers and sisters. Until tomorrow, let us read the Bible. Amen.